Wigan. Hughes, Demetriou and Percival. Steve Carter and Barry Eaton at halfback. Then the forwards, it's Relf, Cantillon, Stone, McCurry back at the club as well, Farrell and Frame. And on the bench, former St Julian O'Neill, Richardson, David Mills, son of the legendary Jim Mills, and Craig Weston. The coach, Neil Kelly. It's the Saints who are out first on a filthy night here in Widnes. The rain has started to pour down, but they have brought their army of supporters with them. Not too far away, of course, St Helens and Widnes. It's the perfect local derby for Widnes to start their lives in Super League, and I think everyone in the game says welcome back Sean Long. Dreadful year with injuries for Sean Long and St Helens last year, but Long is back, and his partnership with Tommy Martin could be so important to the Saints again this year. Here come the Vikings. Big night for them, big night for the club. They have waited and waited for this moment. And the town has turned out in force to welcome Super League Rugby League back to this one of the most famous clubs in the business. 1989 they were World Club champions. Phil Cantillon once upon a time was with the Wigan Warriors. It's an all-ticket crowd, and the fireworks light up the Widnes sky. Well, this will send the message out. Widnes are back in business. And it's the Vikings against the Saints on Widnes's biggest night in 6 years. Match referee is Robert Connolly. The first team promoted for 2 years. Widnes given their chance to tangle with the big boys in the Super League. And the Saints are going to get Widnes's life back in the big time in motion. Robert Connolly just waiting, checking that everything is clear after the firework display. And off we go. And Paul Sculthorpe gets us underway here at the Halton Stadium. Carter was underneath it. Good run from his own line. Widnes are in Super League again. That was McCurry, and he felt that first challenge. And St Helens thundering in because they know, Steve-O, that if they give Widnes any latitude at all on a night like this, high on emotion, the Vikings will take full advantage.
Certainly will. It is an emotional night for them. St Helens fully aware of that. Local derby, of course. But big problem for Widnes early. You mentioned the fact that Steve McCurry took a big hit. He's owing attention back in the field of play. There you can see the claret streaming down his face.
Deep kick over the top. Sean Long collects it. Widnes have moved forward in numbers. Frame leading the way along with Stuart Spruce. Next try for Stuart Spruce, by the way, will be his 50th in 2 spells here at Widnes.
Oh, that's a high one.
It was.
Referee's seen it too. And Anthony Stewart felt it.
It was Robert Relf.
The big prop forward did not miss. Well, Neil Kelly, the Widnes coach, said he wanted a little bit more commitment. Not too much of that, giving away silly penalties. It's so important that Widnes get off to a good start. Obviously get right into the faces of this St Helens outfit. Saints, I'm sure, would have felt a little bit grieved with the fact that it's teeming down with rain. They wanted a fast, dry track. They're not going to get that.
Well, you saw Steve McCurry with blood pumping from a head wound. He's been replaced by Sean Richardson. And here come the Saints now, and Wellens loses possession in midair. Carter was putting him under pressure. Richardson got to it, and here goes Carter. Whoa!
Big hit!
What a hit, Darren Britt!
Well, Darren Britt's come well and truly into the English game very quickly. That was one heck of a hit. But you could see there that Widnes, the good tactics, they put the pressure, and that's the reason why Paul Wellens, he was receiving the ball as he was being crushed to the ground. Couldn't hold it. They're the tactics that Widnes want. You just saw a shot of Neil Kelly, the Widnes coach. He knows how important these opening 10 minutes are.
It's with Barry Eaton, and he comes wide and finds Spruce, but falls Sculthorpe in with a very quick tackle on the full-back. Quick play the ball, though. Eaton drills the ball down the line. Coming across to pick up is Anthony Stewart. And a great chase from Widnes. That's sensational.
Beautiful kick too. Great tactics, especially with the wet ground. Keeping the ball in the field of play. Stewart had much room to move there. Three-wood upon him very quickly. So important that your defence is solid, especially when you've got to try to keep St. Helens down there. And they've wasted all that good play.
Yes,
by
Anthony,
giving away a penalty.
Anthony Farrell and company over the top. Robert Relf was in there as well, just trying to slow St. Helens down at the play the ball.
Well, it's a good tactic if you can get away with it, but you could see quite clearly that Relf had got his arm and was not allowing the man to play the ball quickly. Obviously Neil Kelly has got the word out, look, we've got to slow them. Saints, of course, we know what they can do if they can get quick play the ball.
They're in possession here with Darren Britt again. Good tackling by Relf and by Troy Stone. Cunningham is the dummy half. Tipped it infield to Long. It goes wide to Martin, and then the ball put down. It went backwards though. St. Helens are able to retain possession. Gleeson was able to turn the ball back towards his own line as he dropped that. Edmondson then, on the last tackle, gives it to Long, and Long, it's an aimless kick, in fairness. And so Widnes will come back at the Saints again, and that was Percival moving in off the wing.
A little bit out of sorts there, Saints. They really get a little bit more organised than that. Ian Millwood wants a better kicking game, and that was just a wasted effort from Long.
Well, Ian Millwood was here last week to see Widnes against Wakefield, and he said they were awful. I was here as well, and I can tell you that they were. But this is a much different Widnes side than we saw just last Sunday. They have waited, as I say, for a long time for this, their big chance back in the top flight. Well, they really want to make their presence felt this year.
They've certainly got the experience out there. Of course, Anthony Farrell, Steve McCurry, the two second rowers, and Steve Carter.
Knock on. Knock on, picked up.
Just go down. Play the ball and commit. They lost the ball before they played the ball.
They certainly did.
Roy Stone just lost control. So he's going to pack down in this scrum.
Well, it's to be expected. It really is an awful night.
Yes, amazing. It was pretty dry all day, and then about an hour before the kick-off, the heavens opened, and it's not stopped since. That will actually probably help Widnes.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because this pitch isn't the best. It's a little bit boggy on this side particularly.
It's cutting up very badly indeed already. And it really is playing right into the hands of this Widnes outfit, who have defended well so far. Neil Kelly, of course, was our guest midweek. Oh, that's an awful pass. It'll be a play on. Back to six.
And it wasn't much of an attempted take either on that far side by Adam Hughes. Just got a hand to it and knocked the ball forward. But 6 to go for St. Helens. This is Jones. That was high again. It's Stankovic, I beg your pardon, and Carter was very high with the initial challenge.
No doubt about it. It wasn't the hooker that was at fault. It was the experienced Steve Carter. Swings right into it, and there you see it. Stankovic would have felt it. Pretty tall fella is Stankovic, so Carter would have had to lift the arm. As you can see, didn't quite give him the shot. But I was just saying about Neil Kelly.
There's an important stat, Steve-O. 3 penalties conceded to Saints in the opening 6 minutes.
It surely is, because they were in a good position way down that field. But Neil Kelly said we can't play as bad as what we did in the Challenge Cup.
This is Edmondson. He's lost it. He was going for glory there, and Spruce will run this ball back only as far as Sculthorpe. Well, it's a rip-roaring start. No advantage here. No advantage to Widnes, so the referee will put the scrum down for the initial offence, which was a knock-on by St. Helens.
the official just explaining a few things to the players. Robert Connolly, it's tense moments out there.
Well, the referee will have to be on his mettle tonight as well.
Sure will. We've already had a couple of high shots. There's only been warnings on the run so far, but it was to be expected. As you mentioned, Eddie, it's an emotional night for Widnes, back in the big time. And there's been a good crowd that's turned up to witness it too.
This is head-to-head, all meetings since 1973, but of course we have to say it's between 1973 and 1995 when Widnes dropped out of the limelight. But as you can see, at Widnes, over the years, the Chemics, as they used to be called, the Vikings as they are now called, they've got the better of things against their near neighbours. And that's a great kick from Carter, but it's right down the middle of the field. Thought for a moment he was going for the 40-20, but he just got a bit of a hoof behind it, and the wind, I think, took it as well.
Well, they certainly have the advantage, Widnes, in this first half. It just goes to show that it's pretty quick out there, but that's good defence.
Great tackle there by Chris Percival, 22 years of age. Names that will become familiar to Super League viewers as this season progresses in the black and white of Widnes.
Well, a lot of people thought that the game plan from St. Helens would be just to absorb the enthusiasm that Widnes and all the effort that they would throw at them. They obviously must feel confident that as the game progresses, that their skill factor and their speed should take over.
That's a 40-20 attempt there from Sculthorpe, but again he just didn't quite get his sights in, and that will run dead.
Everybody outside! Everybody outside!
Paul Sculthorpe, man of steel, a wonderful, wonderful year last year for St. Helens. Super League's player of the year as well. Here's Sean Richardson now for the Widnes Vikings.
Good effort there by Widnes. Making it nice and steady, nothing too fancy. And in these conditions, they are the proper tactics. They've got to pace themselves. We've already seen that in defence equality, they're slowing St. Helens down. He was taken off the ball.
It's offside. Offside against the St. Helens defenders.
Well, they plenty to select there, didn't they? You could also see the man that had just offloaded. He was taken out too.
And a good drive in from Troy Stone.
First real opportunity now. What can they conjure up? They've got to come up with set patterns against Saints.
Eaton got the ball infield to Robert Relf. Robert Relf disappears beneath three St. Helens tacklers. Phil Cantillon, one of the quickest hookers in Super League. He really has to take on defences this year. This is Richardson. That's a great tackle by Paul Wellens.
He made that move all the way. Just used the decoy runner.
This is Troy Stone now. Arrived at Huddersfield midway through last year. And the conditions getting worse, if anything. This is Daniel Frame. And he got the ball away.
What's he take now? Before he got the ball, I thought he was. That should be a penalty. He was definitely stopped.
Tackling below the ball with the ball come to it.
Yep.
Penalties given.
Chris Joint all over the top there. And he's been penalised, rightly so as well. A good opportunity there for the Vikings. That will lift their spirits. Joint knows that it was going to be a rough ride. Neil Kelly, as I mentioned, said they can't play as bad as what they did in that Challenge Cup tie against Wakefield. And there's a man that had quite a few choice words, evidently, which has irritated the Widnes camp, and I'm sure a lot of the Widnes fans. This is their golden opportunity to maybe shut up the St. Helens coach.
Well, it's also a very important moment, this, for Barry Eaton, because last week in the cup tie here against Wakefield, Barry Eaton missed two penalty attempts. One of them was from around about this sort of angle and this sort of distance that many people feel would have won the cup tie for Widnes. Well, this is a vital kick, first of all for Widnes, second of all for Eaton's confidence.
Not only that, I mean, throughout his career, this guy has got a very high average of success. And therefore, a lot riding on this.
1,500 points in his career at Dewsbury. But this is a very important kick for Widnes. And he has missed another. And what's more, didn't get the ball dead. Anthony Stewart did really well then.
Took it on his fingertips there. Disappointment on the face of the halfback Barry Eaton. That really could have been a great lift for them.
Well, it will do nothing for Eaton's confidence, there's no doubt about that. They changed the kicker, now they're all offside. They changed the kicker last week. Adam Hughes took over late on and he missed as well. You really have to take your opportunities, particularly at this level. This is Britt. Now it's with Joint.
We saw last night that Wigan had their opportunities in that first half and failed to get points on the board. Now you see the tactics yet again. They're getting away with it. It's just slowing the St. Helens side down.
Well, Widnes are testing the referee's patience.
Well, there's Frame all over the man yet again. Sean Hoppy had no chance of playing that football.
And the referee just gave Frame a little caution on the run then. Here is Britt again. Gets the ball away to Sean Long. He'll attack the line. That was Carter who was all over him. But this is Cunningham. Trademark run. And nearly a trademark try. Last tackle. Wellens spins the ball. It bounces off the turf into the arms of Edmondson. Edmondson gives it back to Britt. He'll spin it on. It's kneed forward as he fell by Martin, and Widnes survived.
Just panicked a little bit there. Now there's the skills from Darren Britt. Not the best pass, but that's the sort of twisting in the tackle and offloading. That's the reason why Ian Millwood paid big money for this guy. He's more of an English-style, old-fashioned prop forward, Darren Britt. Hits the tackle, twists, looks for the support play, and they're all offside now.
Saints offside is going to be taken quickly by Richardson. And Sean Richardson.
Well, a lot of people thought that was a trip. It wasn't. It was Tommy Martin just ankle tapping.
Cantillon gets it away to Frame. Stewart is there, and along with Gleeson, he's halted. But this is a great start by Widnes, and it's with Richardson. Almost through, but a good tackle low down by Sculthorpe. Ball not played.
He should have been penalised, and he is. He had a second dab at it, did Sculthorpe. But what good thinking from Richardson. Quick tap, he was away, and they just held on to Cantillon. Look at this. Now Tommy Martin, he never went back to 10, and look at this ankle tap here. As I say, the roar went up. They thought it was a trip, but it was okay.
Well, Neil Kelly, he too has waited for this opportunity to test himself against the best. And there's a change here. Robert Relf goes off, and Julian O'Neill, formerly with St Helens, comes on. Well, they've had an absolute plethora of penalties in the opening quarter of an hour. We've had 8, and Barry Eaton has missed with his first kick at goal. This from almost exactly the same position. And again, an important kick for Eaton, and he's gone the other way this time and missed again. And once more, he doesn't find the dead ball line, but the St Helens player stepped back and over the dead ball line, and so it's a drop out from underneath the sticks.
Interesting to see the replay on that. He appeared to take it on the full, and then, as Eddie said, just backward step.
But he did, definitely. There it is.
Yep. Put it in the air and then went over the line.
Important that, because it means that it is the goal line dropout. That means that Widnes have got this possession again. Spruce playing the ball to Cantillon. Here is Julian O'Neill. Had some wonderful days at St Helens. Julian O'Neill, champion, cup winner. Here is Eaton. 2 misses already. And now it's with Troy Stone. And he gets Widnes to within 10 metres of the line. Cantillon will go left to Carter. Good ball, but it was a dry weather ball that, and it spun out of the arms of the Widnes attacker.
Adam Hughes really should have taken that good opportunity. Very impressed with the way that Steve Carter is controlling things out there.
Yet another penalty here. Well, that's the 9th penalty. We've been going 16 minutes. And everybody is testing the patience of Robert Connolly. We've seen Steve McCurry go off. What's the news, Bill?
Well, it could be an unhappy start to the Super League 7 season for Steve McCurry, because by the sound of things, he hasn't just got a bad gash on his forehead, he also has probably broken his nose in that very first tackle of the season for Steve McCurry, and he's come off, he's still having stitches in the cut, and as I say, he could well have broken his nose.
Welcome back to Super League. Steve McCurry, of course, no stranger to rugby league at this level, having arrived here from Warrington during the close season. Sculthorpe struggling to his feet.
Unless it's really a bad break, he'll be back on. It's very rare you find someone with just a simple broken nose that will shy away, and he runs. Oh, great tackle!
It was a great
tackle.
What
a wonderful tackle from the hooker, Phil Cantillon.
And Carter was there as well. Now then, this is a chance here for St Helens. It's with Cunningham, and Cunningham, well, the touch judge is on.
Sean Long took it to the marker. Okay. Sean, took a report. Penalty against St Helens. You took it to the marker. Took a report. Penalty against you. Get your legs back 10 metres.
Well, Long had a swing at Carter.
Well, it was pushing and shoving both sides, that, wasn't it? But Long, the man who is penalised.
He didn't succeed in making contact. Plenty being said there. Been around a while as Steve Carter. He's got all the experience, and I can assure you that this is the tactics that, well, Widnes will be quite happy with. Ian Millwood must be a little bit concerned at the fact that they've never really got into any sort of flowing pattern, mainly due to the fact there's so many penalties, and it looks like there's going to be another one again. Well, this is a big problem, mainly brought about by the enthusiasm from this Widnes outfit. There's some good defence there. They're keeping it going. Again, we saw Darren Britt trying to offload.
St Helens on the charge here again with Martin, and Julian O'Neill cut him down. It's Cunningham, and Cunningham just held up about a half a metre short. Long gets the ball back. Sculthorpe comes wide, another mistake. Gratefully gobbled up there by Damien Munro, but over the line and into touch. Stewart and Joint.
Great combination. The best pass. You could see that Joint was turning back for that football. A lot of the crowd thought that the Joint's first touch should have been deemed as a knock-on. But to be fair, Stewart and Chris Joint showed all the strength to keep him up and get him over the sideline.
Referee wants a word with the Widnes skipper, Steve Carter. Just a little break in play then. Widnes were back-to-back champions 1988 and 89 under Dougie Lawton.
I'm a referee. If I see an elbow, I will penalise it. Okay, so don't come again, mate.
Obviously, Steve Carter complaining to Robert Connolly about an elbow as he saw it, but Robert Connolly didn't. And this now is Damien Munro again. Well, it's even Steven, isn't it? And they have made a great fist of the opening 20 minutes back in the big time of the Vikings. And now it's St Helens' turn to try and slow this, play the ball down. This is Anthony Farrell. He gets away from Joint. Can't get away from Sculthorpe or Darren Britt.
Well, the confidence is building in this Viking outfit, mainly due to the fact that they're making these half breaks. St Helens' defence is not as solid as it should be.
And this is not the side that Widnes saw in the match with Wakefield last week. Cantillon will float the ball back, and a big kick downfield from Carter again. And
that will bobble around. It's a good kick.
It does, and it's picked up by Long, who turns the ball inside. And again, that was a little bit high on Stewart.
Well, to be fair, Dimitru, as far as I'm concerned, made a grab on the shoulder, and that's the reason why the official said play on. He got it right.
Interesting tactics being used by Ian Millwood when St Helens are defending. They drop Stewart back to fullback. They drag Long out to the wing here on the left-hand side, and they play Wellens in the line.
That'll be a knock-on. Widnes should get the ball from this scrum. And to be fair, you're right, Eddie, but I mean, it's something that Ian Millwood has done for quite a long time.
Well, it doesn't matter to him what numbers are on the backs.
Too true, but this is a mistake that came through. No doubt about it. It's knocking on.
Let's go downstairs to Phil Clark. Hope you're under a brolly, Phil. What are you seeing it like?
Well, I'm seeing it pretty well at the moment, and so are the Widnes fans. They're doing their very best to help the side. It's a much more positive start. But I do worry, hang on a minute, could be onto something here. They really have grown in confidence now, and the crowd really are getting behind them. But one thing they're going to have to watch, I think, is the player Darren Britt. We talked last year about David Fairley a lot for St Helens. I think Britt's going to have a similar sort of influence on the St Helens side this year. His ability and his willingness to offload before contact really will cause a lot of teams problems, and they will have to watch his supporting runners.
It's with Carter, and that's a good ball out wide. This is Adam Hughes.
Working really well, Steve Carter is taking the ball in the second or third man out.
It's Richardson now. Richardson grounded 10 metres out. It's the last tackle here. Cantillon attacking the line. That pass stuck and then came out. And they were almost in then, Widnes.
Good tackle by the full-back Paul Wellens. It had to be as well.
Adam Hughes was stretching for the line, but it was about 1.5 metres too far.
And again, we've seen a few little scattering runs from the hooker, Phil Cantillon. Normally, St Helens pretty solid in that first and second marker. Oh, they've cocked up the ball.
They forced the error. Daniel Frame has it back for Widnes.
Darren Britt, he was juggling with that football, never had it under control.
This is a glorious opportunity for the Vikings. And it's Troy Stone attacking them near the line. Stone is just held back. That's great defence from the three. But what a run from Stone.
Sculthorpe stuck to him like Olympic mine. Saved a try for sure.
And they lost a bit of momentum then, did Widnes. It's Eaton who gets to his feet. Plays it to Cantillon. Here is Carter. Good ball from him to Richardson again. A little flick out the back door, collected by Stuart Spruce. Spruce trying to straighten it up. An almighty collision then. Spruce gets to his feet, plays it once more. The drive in once more from Sean Richardson.
He's working on the time, and he could go over. What pressure, full credit to Saints, they're hanging in there.
Cantillon flies it back to Carter. Carter onto Eaton. Eaton steps inside one, can't get round joint. This is the fifth and last. And St Helens survived, but can they survive the last? Oh, and it was just a bit too quick. Looking for Percival. Looking for Monroe, should I say.
Well, you can see there that the winger was well and truly out of his position. Darren Albert.
Sean Long had a flick at this.
To skip. Yeah,
yes, it touched him.
That must be a head and feed for the Vikings.
Well, no, Robert Connolly and his touch judge have not seen that.
Well, that could just spin the game around on its ear.
He certainly made a play for the football, did Sean Long. And it bounced off his studs and it went out. And here is Gleeson once again. Gleeson, one of the stars of the under-21 tour to South Africa last autumn. Well, what a committed start this is. But this is definitely head and feed at the scrum to Widnes. Not given. Long. Long again, he's got through two. Spruce is after him. Gets him eventually. Joint is the dummy half. He will trundle it forward. Widnes fatally are holding themselves back and not moving forward when St Helens play the ball. They've got to get in the face of the opposition. And this is Britt. Good hands. Wellens put it down.
They'll take the first knock on, surely.
Knock on either way.
There's got to be plenty of this in these conditions. Oh, don't tell me the referee said play on.
He has. He says back to one.
Cannot believe that at all.
It was a call from the touch judge on the far side.
Well, he's got it wrong.
Tommy Martin, Sean Long, Sculthorpe the runner. That's a knock on. Eaton has it. And Widnes breathe a sigh of relief. Well, here it is. I think it was off the Widnes man, Steve-O, to be fair.
I'm not so sure if Wellens did get a fingertip to it first. Never mind. The scales of justice is balanced out and Widnes come away. You've got to give credit, though, to this St Helens outfit. They really had to dig deep then. They were put under a lot of pressure by Widnes, who are handling their entree into the big time extremely well, aren't they?
David Mills to his feet. Widnes with a name like Mills in the side again.
Just couldn't come off.
Cantillon's pass, Eaton overran it.
It was a great combination, the halfback and the hooker. Halfback couldn't just swing it in.
Long has seen a hole up the middle, tried to exploit it, and Spruce was waiting for him. Had a little word with him too. It's now with Tommy Martin. There's the dab over the top. Martin has backed himself, and Spruce is there to clear up. And the game is being played in magnificent spirit.
Beautiful option there from the standoff. Tommy Martin showed amazing speed as well. Not noted for being quick off and quick on the hoof, but he made sure, did Stuart Spruce. Such experience, but they have to be so pleased with this. 0-0.
Well, 0-0, and remember they've missed a couple of penalty attempts. Could be 4-0 up. Here is Stewart again, who slipped then.
I mentioned
No,
the
it's
fact
Tim
that
Yonkers, I beg your pardon. Yonkers has nipped onto the field.
I mentioned the fact earlier, Eddie, that Millwood perhaps just holding back a little bit, hoping that this Widnes outfit will tire.
Yonkers again plays the ball to Cunningham, goes right to Sculthorpe, and that's great play and well held on to there by Stankovic.
Using the big second row and out wide.
Cunningham!
Oh, great defence yet again.
Crunched by Percival, by Carter and by Mills. Gleeson's the dummy half. There's Sculthorpe with the dab through. Long is there. Best try. Is he onside? Is Sean Long onside? The referee hands it on to the video ref.
Onside. I'm pretty sure he was.
Now, was Sean Long onside?
Okay.
It appeared okay for mine. They're getting the onrush, and there Sculthorpe gets to it. Yeah, he's a mile onside. No problem with this. This is TRY. First of the night, and they are the tactics in wet conditions. Not the day for fancy handling. I don't know why they're going back again. You can see that Long is well and truly behind that 10-metre line. And he gets it down okay.
I just want to check that.
It bobbled up nicely, didn't it? No doubt about it. The man is back.
Yes, he is.
He was out for a long time, and it's a long, long try.
Sean Long, who began this season needing 21 points to join Andrew Farrell and Iestyn Harris on 1,000 Super League points. He's 4 to the good.
Well, when the defence comes out very quickly from that, the only one way to strip them apart is to put the kick through, and it was just superb. Look at the bounce. They've practiced that so many times on the training paddock, that is for sure. The combination from two of the greats in Super League. Sculthorpe's kick, and that man, Sean Long.
Well, it's almost like we haven't moved on 24 hours, because you remember last night there was half an hour of stalemate at the JJB, and then a man stepped in and scored a try against his former club. And Sean Long, he has Widnes on his playing CV, and Long with the kick makes it 6-0 to St Helens.
And a relieved St Helens, I am sure, because he and Millwood knew that his guys were missing a few tackles, wasn't as solid. Great thinking, and a wonderful season last year, of course, at Sculthorpe, man of steel. But this guy, so pleased to see him back.
Well, last night it was Lee Gilmore returning to haunt Wigan after half an hour. Tonight it's Sean Long returning to haunt Widnes, because he made 9 appearances here before moving to St Helens in 1997. And it's Sean Long 6 points that separates the two sides. Half an hour gone. Barry Ward has come on for Darren Britt. And apparently it's a blood bin change, because Darren Britt has got a gash on the knee. Here's Long.
Oh, that's high. Very clumsy. I don't think there was much intention there.
David Mills.
But Mills certainly made contact. It was an awkward sort of run back on the inside. And, well, Yonkers would have felt it. Good refereeing there by Robert Connolly. Especially in wet conditions. It's an instinct to just shove out the arm when opposition just as you do sidestep, put you in the wrong way.
So here now comes Barry Ward. It was dropped. It appeared to come out backwards, but Robert Connolly was right on the spot.
Well, was going forward, was it? Oh, it's
He
hard to
flicked that
say.
back.
Looked as though perhaps he did flick it back. With the referee sort of 10 metres on a different angle, and deemed that Ward has knocked on. So relief for Widnes.
Just one start last year for Barry Ward at Canterbury, 11 off the bench.
Well, a lot of people actually thought that after their poor display against Wakefield in that cup competition, that perhaps they were going to be in there just for the wooden spoon, but I think they've laid down the gauntlet for all the people, especially when they come to their home ground here at Widnes. It's going to be a fortress. It's not going to be easy to win here, that's for sure.
Cantillon to the bench because he's got blood. He's in the blood bin, so McCurry returns. 4 stitches for Steve McCurry and possibly a broken nose as well. This is Spruce. Oh, it's a tough old game, this.
I told you he'd be back. He's a tough hombre.
They all are. Well, it's a million miles away from the long hot summer that we were promised. Of course, and he's dropped it as Mills.
There'll be play on. Good thinking there by the Saint skipper. It's got to be the kicking game tonight. It is absolutely teaming it down, and you will pay the price if you try to be too fancy.
Hoppy to his feet. Martin at the play the ball. Here is Tim Yonkers.
Widnes yet to operate a sweeper behind, and maybe the little chip over the top is on.
Ward was caught high by Frame.
Getting a bit tasty out there.
Well, there have been 1 or 2 high shots, there's no doubt about that, and Barry Ward did not like that one little bit.
Well, I've seen worse. More of a grab rather than a swing. And as you can see, he's got the collar. It looked a lot worse than what it was, either way. Mr. Ward didn't like having his head put in the frame.
There's too many reaction tackles here, mate. You've got to tell your guys, right, to get your tackles down, right? You get focused, right? You get your tackling technique right. If you don't sort it out, you're down the tunnel. Okay? Off you go.
Well, there you are. You heard it from the horse's mouth. And there have been a few high shots.
Well, I don't know whether Robert Connolly has got a wonderful mane, but that's a short. It's too kind of the fact that on the horse's mouth. But I thought it was badly done to there. I thought on the replay you could see quite clearly that it grabbed the collar.
To be fair, though, Steve-O, Widnes have been testing this referee out from the first minute, slowing St Helens down, fiddling around the play the ball. A couple of high shots, plenty of penalties early on. Now they've been warned.
Well, there's an old saying in any sport that you play to how the cattle graze.
Long then with this penalty attempt, and Mr. Long is back.
Well, a bit dubious that one. That looked as though it went right over the tip of the left hand post as Sean Longwood would have been looking at it. And in fact, I think it was Stuart Spruce that had a few words to say to the touch judge. That went skimming right high over the top. But both flags were raised, no doubt in their mind, and none in Sean Long's. But more information being passed on there by Neil Kelly, who has to be quite happy that they're only 8 points down. And they're only a few minutes away from the half-time break. They've had plenty of opportunities as well. They've gone close on 3 occasions of Widnes.
Let's get Phil Clark's view of the last 10 minutes or so, Phil.
Well, the one thing they have done is they've impressed everybody with their defence. I know they've been penetrated, but that was a kick through, and obviously the 2 points from a penalty. Very strong defence from Widnes, and I suppose that's the first thing they've made any opponents aware of. If you want to come and play us, you're going to have to do something special to get through our line.
Sculthorpe is just inside his own half of the field. and McCurry was standing over the top of him with Mills. The pass looping from Cunningham.
He's lost it.
Knock on.
Knock on. Well, surely Ian Millward has got to get the message out. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, they're using the big fella Stankovic out wide, outside the centres. But the long pass from Cunningham, missing out 3 players, little doubt he'd lost control. It really is not on. It should be just hard work in these conditions. You've got to grind out a win.
Here is Jason Dimitriou, the Australian who played his own way over here, and he started his British career with Lancashire Lynx a couple of seasons ago. Adam Hughes was the dummy half, gets it away to Frame. Frame couldn't get that ball away under the challenge from Hoppy. It's Julian O'Neill once again. They know all about Julian O'Neill, do St Helens. Widnes with 15 straight wins at the end of last year took them to the Super League. So they have got a winning habit, but I'm afraid that pass from Carter wasn't the best.
Well, again, utilising the run around and the dummy runners running through. But Carter just found the invisible man on that one. No chance that Spruce could get to it. He was the man intended to come onto it. Linked the full-back in. He's had an impressive opening as the experienced Steve Carter.
Cracking atmosphere at the Halton Stadium on Widnes' big night. But it's 8-0 St Helens. The Saints are here to well and truly ruin the party. But in the opening 38 minutes, the Widnes supporters will be well pleased with the effort that their side is putting in. It's with Chris Joint.
So I've been impressed with this youngster Barry Ward since he's come out there. Getting to a lot of work.
Little break from Sculthorpe. Youngster Barry Ward, he's 31, Steve. Oh, you're showing your age. Quick tap penalty. Stankovic.
And close as well.
Very close to the line.
Good solid defence, Spruce and Richardson.
Yonkers looking to see what options there are. He finds Long. Long hands it on to Tommy Martin. The drop of the shoulder, but Martin trying to release it in an impossible situation.
No real advantage. Spotted there by Robert Connolly. Knocked on by Martin.
Bring it out, 10 metres, come down.
I must say, Martin was looking for the support. Didn't appear to be any.
Come on, guys.
Well, it's amazing with the St Helens side. I mean, they are so effective when they keep this ball alive. Not so sure that they are the tactics there, but maybe that could change in the second half. But it is absolutely teaming it down here.
It is, and these players, well, that wasn't played properly. That's got to be a penalty.
Was he interfering?
Oh, well, it was. It is a penalty. Damien Munro had Sean Long's hand on his jersey.
Well spotted.
Ian Millwood's on his way down to ground level.
Well, he stirred up the hornet's nest, didn't he, with a few comments about Widnes' play.
I don't think Wakefield were very enamoured either.
No, but to be fair, they won.
Eaton now for Widnes. Carter.
Oh, that's better defence from Saints. You could see them going in on the angle. And they're forcing Widnes now into virtually one-out play.
Eaton with the kick over the top and downfield.
It's a good one again.
Yes, he's going to have to run it back, is Paul Wellens.
Well, his field kicking has been excellent.
There's the half-time siren. Paul Wellens ends with the ball in hand. And St Helens end the half with an 8-point advantage. Steve McCurry having a word there with the referee, claiming that perhaps there was the use of an elbow in the incident in the very first minute that resulted in a few stitches and a broken nose. Well, that maybe is for the inquest that will follow later on. But St Helens are ahead by 8 points to 0, and all 8 points have been scored by Sean Long. This try on 28 minutes, he converted it himself, then he added a penalty goal 5 minutes from half-time. Saints are ahead by those 8 points.
Live uninterrupted. Interactive Formula One. Choose the way you want to watch and get closer for all 3 days. Get the complete view with the leader, down the field, in the pits and in the driver's seat. Order the Australian Grand Prix for £12. Call 08702 418 111. That's 08702 418 111 or see channel 434 for event schedule and ordering information.
With its intelligent protection system, the Ford Mondeo is one of the safest places to be. And now it comes with the added security of 0% finance over 2 years. Ford. Designed for living, engineered to last.
Basically, it grabbed me and took hold of me. Cancer spreads and it develops fast. My lung was infested with a tumour. I was told that it was malignant. I have had to have a major operation and they have taken the lung away. And this is all due to smoking. That white little stick that you put in your mouth. And at 34 you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't be going through this.
If you want to stop smoking, call 0800 169 0169.
There's only one airline flying to the Gulf that gives business passengers space to maneuver, the chance to see the bigger picture. It flies by day and overnight, so you can arrive in time to do a full day's business, and has more onward connections throughout the Gulf than any other airline. Gulf Air, redefining business travel.
One tree is cut. The tree is shaped by many hands. 2 trees are planted. The tree gives life to many new forms. 1 tree is cut. The tree builds a strong, warm, beautiful house. 2 trees are planted. There are now more trees in the forest than before.
When you've got a big day ahead,
the last thing you need is constipation. All bloated and sluggish. Like a lot of people, I take Senecot.
it's made from natural senna. Just 1 dose at night works in harmony with your body for gentle, predictable relief when you wake.
Ready?
You bet. Go on, enjoy your day.
Senecot, natural relief for a brighter tomorrow.
16,000 people ring the NHS smoking helpline every month. For the same no-nonsense advice, call 0800 169 0169.
Watch the elf on the left. Just hit it with your sword. Oh, yeah, nice.
Aren't you supposed to pick up that crystal?
Yeah, I know. Might hit the crystal. What's that behind us? Wait. Pick it! I'm running! Go! Get up! Put the ruby in the door. Oh, yes. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh! Get in there! I am amazing!
Whatever you use your phone for, you know you'll be getting the best deal for you from BT Together.
Level 5? Mike, level 6. See you there, mate.
To get the best from BT Together, call 0800 05 55 55.
Well, we've more live points to nil. He will be reasonably happy with the commitment. Certainly the supporters here are. There's no doubt about that. Well, as we made our way from the gantry to the studio here, you pass picture after picture of the glory days at Norton Park, as it used to be called then. There are cups galore, there are some great names. And, you know, I have a feeling that Widnes will do all right in Super League this year. A lot of people tipping them for the wooden spoon to finish 12th and go straight back down again. But, Steve, on the evidence of what we've seen 40 minutes in on a dreadful night, they've got a lot of spirit here.
Yeah, they certainly have, and I think I made comment in that first half that perhaps that enthusiasm, they've laid down the gauntlet as far as I'm concerned to the other teams. It's not going to be easy.
to take on Widnes at home. Okay, they may struggle a bit because they don't have a great deal of depth when they play away. But I tell you, this is going to be a fortress. He will be very, very pleased with Neil Kelly, and why not? Because their defence has been solid and they had the opportunity. And this is one of those great tackles from the hooker, Cantillan on Long. It looked as though Long was skirting over for the first try. But Widnes have had their opportunities. This is Stone going very, very close indeed. And it took a wonderful effort, 3 men to stop him. He went very close, and then shortly from the play of the ball, it was Carter, who to my mind is having a great game, is controlling things out there, running to the dummy half position. Cantillan, of course, off the field of play at that particular point. Now then, I think Sean Long had a deliberate go at that. It wasn't seen or wasn't taken by the touch judge, but it was an opportunity there. But then the first half try, it was inevitable, wasn't it, that it was going to come from a kick. Far too many mistakes in wet weather, and there's only one way that you really can score tries, and that is to utilise a kick. Now, I must say, in the kicking game, Barry Heaton, well, he's been doing exceptionally well. His field kicking is good, and it'll be important in the second half. But there's one thing that could just help them along, is the fact that it's a very strong wind out there, and it will be to the advantage of St Helens, and we all know their capabilities in the kicking department.
Yes, they're ahead by 8 points to 0, St Helens. I think it's a night for lots of guts and determination, and to be fair to both sides, they are both showing it. But Phil Clark on the sideline, Saints just with a little bit, at the moment, just a little bit too much class for the new boys.
Yeah, they have had all. I don't think there's a tremendous amount separating the two sides. You won't see any long-range tries, which are so often to see when we watch St Helens play. The ground here, very, very soft. It's so important that you play up and close to your opponent's line. Field position of vital importance, and Widnes have done a good job really. They've improved their kicking game from last week when it was to be probably the weakest element of the game. They really need to kick it deep and try and put some pressure on the Saints line. You won't see tries from your own half, or if you do, it'll be something amazing. The other thing too, where you think back to Widnes' success last year, a lot of the tries came from the wingers, Percival and Munro. Again, difficult to get the ball out wide, so they were looking maybe for Phil Cantillan, who was also a prolific try scorer for them. He's maybe the major threat to try and get through the St Helens line. His runs from dummy half, we've seen 1 or 2. He needs more support when he's able to do that. Maybe that's the way that they can penetrate through St Helens.
No offence, Phil, but I think you want to go to the cobblers very quickly indeed, mate. It's listen, it's been a great effort, we know, from this Widnes outfit, but a lot of people thinking perhaps in these conditions Ian Millwood has been boxing clever. Do you think that St Helens has been holding back in that first 40 and they'll rip them apart in the second half?
I don't know, maybe in the last 10 minutes there were 1 or 2 players in the Widnes side tiring. It is a step up intensity. Not only is it a new experience for a lot of the crowd here up in Super League, it is too for some of these players, and it's a big step up for them. So that's really the test now. Can they go on? Have they got the energy and even the concentration for the full 80 minutes? Because if you're not, players like Long and Cunningham will punish you.
Clarky, I've given you a set of thermal undies for the cold nights, but it looks like I need some wellies for you. The footwear might need a bit of work on, yeah, I agree with you. It's all right for you sat up there in that warm box. We are now. We were drenched in the first half, I'll tell you. Up there, this is the only place that they built a television gantry out in the open. Anyway, we don't mind. We don't complain about anything these days, do we? But someone tonight will be going home with a very nice watch as the man of the match. Phil and Steve-O will have to make the decision. That's the prize, as it will be on all our live games this season. The watch goes to the man who these two think has had the most influence on the game so far. Sean Long at the moment with 8 points to the good. He must have a little call just now, but I wonder if someone else will emerge in the second half. We shall see, and so will you. I hope you'll stay with us, because this is Widnes' big night. They're back in the big time. They're up against one of the best clubs in the business, the most successful Super League club of all time, and the Saints are just ahead at the break.
Britannia flexible mortgage, you'll get a discount up front. Then later on, you'll get 2 more discounts. So you can pay off your mortgage quicker, and you can also take a payment holiday. To find out more, call Britannia free on 0800 44 33 22.
Ah, freedom to do whatever you want. But what's this? Unreliable connections? Painfully slow getting online? Keep breaking down? Then you want to be with FreeServe, because we've doubled our network capacity so you can enjoy the freedom of a more reliable internet connection. And all for a groovy $12.99 a month. For a free trial, call 0800 970 8890 or visit freeserve.com.
Now, of course, running up the hill, facing into the sun, first ball of the over.
Oh, and he's hit the bowler clean through the covers. Not's got to run for a 4.
Observer Sport Monthly, free with the Observer this Sunday.
And the batsmen are really helping themselves out there.
Excellent.
Dettol presents Facts of Life. Fact: kids can sometimes drive you potty. Fact: a last-minute chore never lasts a minute. Fact: new Dettol antibacterial floor wipes safely kill harmful bacteria. Lightly fragranced, they leave your floors hygienically clean. Fact: sometimes Spot lives up to his name. Dettol protects. That's a fact.
Nervous?
No, excited. Meet the girls. There's Tina. She's got a taste for the high life. Sam sees all, knows all. Carol.
You are joking.
Born lucky. And there's me, Michelle, the virgin. In a bingo sense. And this was my first time. What a night. Any advice to bingo virgins? Don't get your knickers in a twist. You'll only walk funny.
At More Than, our capital guaranteed investments keep your money safe. So you can be certain to get back every penny you put in, and perhaps a good deal more. More Than Savings and Investments. Call 0800 300 884.
Narrowly beaten in the one-day series by New Zealand.
Crash Bangwa, New Zealand home and hose.
England emerged, growing in stature.
Oh, what a good shot. That's a big wicket.
Now with the Test series, the tourists can redeem themselves and hit the Kiwis for 6.
That'll do very nicely.
Or will the Black Caps reach their peak and maintain their impressive form?
This is boiling up into a heck of a game.
New Zealand v England, the first Test coming soon. Sky Sports 2.
Mentioned that he is a pretty good try scorer, well, not half. He's the most prolific forward in the history of the game. 48 tries in 33 appearances last year. Cantillon, the man who poses a threat to St Helens' ambitions. And on the way up here, by the way, I bumped into one of the other former great Widnes hookers of the recent past. Phil Mackenzie is here watching events unfold tonight, and I said, I bet you wish you were out there, Phil. He said, no, I'm quite happy where I am. And I think that's in an executive box somewhere. But it was great to see him. They've got all the old boys back here tonight, I think.
And so they should as well. Just goes to show you that hookers are pretty sensible, and what a mistake.
Huge error.
I think you touched that, did Albert?
He did.
Not many opportunities in sort of weather like this, and it was, to be fair to him, it was an awful bounce. It just bounced out right in front of him, up over the top.
The kick-off from Eton. And so it's a drop out from underneath the sticks for St Helens. So chance for Widnes to pile on some early pressure with Richardson. He drives it in. Gleeson is there. Sculpop is there. There's the tackle.
Got to
First
some
tackle, second half.
Got some great work, did Richardson, especially in that first half. He was the first to take it up again. Well, it's certainly a lot of enthusiasm. That's good play. Stankovic just got shoved out of the way from Mills there.
Great run from David Mills. Cantillon there at dummy half. Gets the ball away to Carter. Quick pass to Eaton. Goes further wide, and this is Daniel Frame again. Ball has come loose, and the referee says, play on, I think. He does. So Widnes can continue this move with Eaton again, who changes the direction, and it's a 0. Back to 0 on the tackle count. What an opportunity here for Widnes, start of this second half. Chances here for O'Neill. He stands, gets the ball away to Mills. Mills is tackled by Barry Ward and by Tim Yonkers. Down he goes.
Good work from Yonkers there. Made sure he couldn't offload.
They're calling for reinforcements, Saints down there, because this is where Widnes are attacking. Carter underneath them. And Wellens is there with John Stankovic to haul him down. Cantillon the dummy half. Gets it away. Frame! Frame, nothing to in!
Does he get it down? He'll go to the screen on this one. It was a good dummy, he went low, certainly over the line, but Connolly wants to see that he got grounding right. Yep, no doubt about it. Nothing that Wellens can do about that, and Frame has come up with a sensational try in the opening minutes. Little doubt in my mind that is poked on and just over the line. What a moment for this guy. That's it. That's sufficient. The fans here know it, and the Saints players know it too. Well, he threw the dummy and used his strength. It's there, no doubt about it. Any part of the whitewash, he'll give him a TRY, and you just listen to this crowd when it comes up.
Well, Widnes on the verge of their first Super League try, and there it is. A great start to this second half for the Widnes Vikings. Daniel Frame, the try scorer. He has rejoined Neil Kelly, who had him at the Dewsbury Rams. One of 5 former Rams in this Widnes lineup. And Daniel Frame, well, he's touched gold here.
And made history. The first Super League try for Widnes. He will remember that for a long, long time. And is this going to be the springboard for an upset?
Tough conversion attempt again by Barry Eaton. They're roaring it home. He's kicked it this time. And the Vikings are back in it against the most successful club in the Super League.
And it had to be scored there. It wasn't easy. Saints had plenty of players in and around this guy. But it was a neat little shift in the dummy, and he had the strength. What a moment for him, what a moment for the Vikings.
And that will do their confidence a power of good. It all came, remember, from the fumbled kickoff by Barry Eaton. It allowed Widnes the territory to put the pressure on, and put the pressure on they did. Now then, we're in for a match. 8-6.
They always say the good sides when you get a stroke of luck, and the ball comes off, and it was a stroke of luck. It bounced off the shoulder of Darren Albert, and they have come up trumps.
So Widnes now, with Frame again, the try scorer. They have a spring in their heels.
Good sliding defence from Saints there. You can see that Hoppy was about 15 metres in from the touchline. But they swing across, they slide across very, very quickly indeed. Now then, if Widnes can get on the board yet again, maybe it will cast even more doubt into the minds of these Saints players. That's a high kick.
Great kick from Carter, but a wonderful take from Wellens.
Good chase from Richardson too. Boy, that looks as though it was never going to come down. That was high from Carter.
Well, Neil Kelly has said something to his players, and whatever it is, it's working. Sculthorpe now. Saints know they're in a battle. Well, Bill's got the half-time news. We'll be with him in a few seconds. Barry Ward's lost it. A big hit by Carter. Cunningham didn't like it, and neither did Barry Ward, but it's a knock-on. Carter and Cunningham eyeballing each other. He's a no-nonsense character, this Steve Carter.
shot.
It was a high grab
but
again.
He grabbed, and that's the reason why he's not going to be penalised. Well, he was so constructive in that first half for Steve Carter.
That's it.
He's obviously the man that Neil Kelly will depend upon to organise things out there, and he's certainly done that. But it was a defensive effort there that got them the football. And if Widnes scrape in and scored a try here, oh boy, they've got a big hill to climb of the Saints.
Second tackle on Anthony Farrell by Ward and Joyce. Cantillon to Eaton. Here's Carter again. Richardson was missed out. Ball put down. Saints have it back. Right, let's go down to Bill. We've waited for the half-time news. Bill, what on earth's Neil Kelly said?
He was very calm in that Widnes dressing room at half-time. Absolutely delighted with the performance from his side in that first 40 minutes. What a transformation from their display in that cup exit last week. They really have come up with the goods, and that's all he's asking for in this second half. Just more continuity, completion, concentration in defence. If they can hang in there against Saints, as they have been doing, they reckon they can snatch this game. But it's going to take an 80-minute effort from these Widnes Vikings. Patience is the key word from St Helens coach Ian Millward. They're getting exactly what they knew they would when they came here. A really full-on performance from these Widnes Vikings. First night in Super League, big house, and they're just getting what they anticipated. They've got to hang in there as well, ride out the storm, and they're hoping to ride the game home late on.
Thanks, Bill. Sculthorpe gets to his feet, plays the ball to Cunningham, as you see, just over the halfway line. Cunningham, they've obviously done their homework on
lost it.
And Carter and Cunningham having a real set-to. He didn't like it, Kieran.
Well, this is playing into the hands of the Widnes Vikings. And I'm sure it's a ploy, especially with this man Carter. He's a rugged man, and well, Cunningham didn't like it. Pulls across. Richardson couldn't get to him.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh yeah, Richardson got the leg to him there. There's a trip there, hasn't been seen.
Well, Widnes riding their luck, but there's nothing lucky about this. It's a gutsy, determined performance.
But if St Helens think they can just muscle it out and win, they could be in for a big surprise. They've got to settle down into free-flowing football. Maybe not so much of keeping the ball out wide, but good support play down the middle.
Cantillon. Here they come again with Mills. David Mills, and good leg work from Mills. Gets a few more metres. Cantillon's there again. Looks right and finds Eaton. Eaton takes them on. Stankovic was in there quickly, and with Yonkers, Eaton was brought to ground. This is the last tackle. Expect a kick from Carter. There it is, and there's a huge rush on. That's got snow on it. Oh, but well claimed again. What a talent young Paul Wellens is.
We really do have so many great fullbacks in this country, don't we? That was cool as ice from Wellens. It was yet another mountainous kick from Steve Carter, but they've got to just ignore a lot of this sledging that's going on out there. All the Widnes players, especially the forwards, they're having a good old verbal at their opposition, and St Helens, if they fall for this trap, it could hurt them severely.
And Long has gone for a 40-20, and it will just stay in the field of play. Bruce, risky business. That looked high. The tackle's not completed. It's still not completed.
It certainly was high from Yonkers.
Great run from Spruce, though. Under pressure. Cantillon.
Be interesting to see what message Ian Millward, the Saints coach, gets out to his charges. And that has to be, hey, come on, fellas, stop getting sucked into a big arm wrestle.
This is Anthony Farrell.
They're not out there to prove how tough they are. They're there to show skill.
Cantillon again. Misses out O'Neill. Carter brings it wide to Richardson. Long was round him but missed him. Hoppy and Stankovic didn't. Cantillon, that's what he does so well. Takes them on. Speed from around to play the ball. Carter on the last tackle to Eaton. This time it's a dab between the two players.
Well-weighted kick yet again.
Stewart has it for St Helens. Great chase, though. Terrific chase. Demetrio leading the way.
got them rocking. It's down to one-out football yet again. And
Now
it's going to take something special.
10 minutes second half. Widnes with the only try of this second half, and Sculthorpe and Cantillon.
Well,
Sculthorpe's got the penalty.
Ian Millward must surely send out the message now. Hey, come on, fellas. This is playing right into their hands. As I say, there's plenty being said. They're holding them down. No doubt about the penalty. And he had a shot. And Bendis, well, he throws the ball. Sheer petulance.
Well, Widnes believed they had the penalty. And he's not found touch. But have they escaped with a knock-on? Minute 20. Center ball. They have. Chris Percival's knocked it on.
Oh, a golden opportunity there. The centre spills the ball. Okay, it's a bit of a swirling wind. He's facing into it. I must say, thankfully the rain has stopped.
Here's Sculthorpe then. Driving the ball in. 20 metres away from the line. Joint from dummy half. Gives it to Long. It goes further wide to Wellens. Demetrio again.
Ready well in the centre. Wrap the full-back up easily. They've got to look for the kick here.
Oh, great tackle. Tackle by Anthony Farrell.
Farrell was it?
Here is Barry Ward. Up the middle, looking to offload. Couldn't. Took the tackle. Cunningham's at dummy half. Dangerous territory. It's Cunningham's ground. He's given it to Martin. And Tommy Martin scores. Cunningham toyed with the Widnes defence then. I think they were expecting a dart for the line. He just went across the face of the defence, waited for the second phase to arrive, and Tommy Martin has duly obliged. That will lift the pressure on Saints.
And you can see the relief etched on the face of the try scorer there. But this is the wet weather style football that you come up with, the little offload. You can see how the run across the face of the defence had just sucked it through. And once Carter had committed himself, there was a hole big enough for Martin to take advantage. He took the gamble, Dick Carter, that the sweep would be coming across to take him. He wasn't there. Result, 4 points, surely will be turned to 6 soon.
Well, Tommy Martin scored it, but it was created by the run from Kieran Cunningham. Amazingly, Tommy Martin scored a try in the last league game against Widnes here on New Year's Day 1995. In fact, he also scored a try in the very last league meeting prior to tonight between these two. That was in April that year at St Helens. Cunningham's creation, though, allowing Martin to get his name on the score sheet. Now, Sean Long with the conversion. Wind is at his back. 2 points are on the board. No problem. Sean Long is back. That knee is back.
There you see Cunningham's run across the face, and you see Carter move out of that position. It's only a small gap, but it's big enough. Beautiful offload, sheer skill.
Outside, guys.
Just suck Carter out of that position. And he knows it's been a battle royal here, Tommy Martin. And he also knows how important that try will be.
So Martin with the try converted, and that was high again on Sculthorpe by McCurry, or was it Carter?
I think it was Carter. He's very close to the mark. His standoff, Steve Carter.
Sean Long and that bionic knee of his, by the way, with the kick. It means that he is now 10 points closer to the magical 1,000 points in Super League. And the bionic knee, as I say, is standing up to the pressure. Cunningham gets away from McCurry. Oh, 3, 4 of them pile in on Cunningham. He's such a danger.
Well, they're sucking them across, and quite a few of the Widnes would-be tackles are falling off, as they have done there.
Sculthorpe with a great run. He's lost it, though. This is Adam Hughes. He's picked it up for Widnes. Okay, nice and easy. Zero tackle.
Good break, and you can see there more intent in fending off. That'll be play on. That will be back to 6, surely.
It is. Referee wipes the tackle count down.
Oh, that was a swinger. Well, O'Neill went in.
And Barry
Ward just was a little bit irritated by the fact that O'Neill had pushed him off. He thought he got him on the throat. Here's payback time. Payback time with a penalty.
The second time we've had to pull you
out. I'm not so sure that Tim Yonkers didn't get a little piece of the action
with
too.
Your elbow, mate. You've got to drop your elbow down. Look where you are again. You put your team under pressure. Off you go.
Well, it was on the chest. I thought you could do that.
I warned him about it.
Go above the chest area.
Well, Simon Horton was placed on report for that very same offence last night at Wigan. Neil Kelly on his way down. Julian O'Neill, you heard the referee saying, look where you are, you're putting your team under pressure. And he is, because Long is highly likely to kick from this range, just about 30 metres and bang in front of the post.
Well, to be fair, Eddie, I know he certainly used the elbow, or the forearm anyway, but I thought it was into the chest. Not seen that way by the officials. Big difference, of course. A couple of inches higher. The neck and jaw area.
So this for 10-point lead. He's missed it. Well, he can't believe it, neither can his coach Ian Millwood, and I'll tell you that Sean Long, before the match, when they were out warming up, was kicking them from that range with monotonous regularity. It stays at 14-6. Long gives it inside to Tim Yonkers.
Not much pressure, Eddie, when you're out there on your own.
Appreciate that. Here's Barry Ward. Cunningham finds Long. He gets it to Hoppy. That was a great take from the New Zealander.
You see Cunningham coming into his own yet again, and they're pinching easy yards now, the St. Helens. It was a struggle, especially in the first half. Because the first and second markers for Widnes were working overtime. They're looking a little bit tired now.
Bullet pass from Scott, intercepted. Adam Hughes, has he got the legs? Darren Albert's quick. He's going to cut him down, is he? Yes, he is.
What a great effort from the winger, Darren Albert.
Wellens could have been penalised there. And St. Helens are going to be penalised here.
I don't think he was grounded. I don't think the ball carrying arm had hit the deck.
He's in the bin. Wellens is in the bin.
Few choice words. Rightly done by Robert Connolly, but I think he's got a case to answer here. It was a great chase there by Darren Albert.
Well, a try save, and now then.
But he's still moving.
But he's tackled. Darren Albert had hold of him, and Wellens came in to stop the momentum.
Ball carrying arm hits the deck, that's for sure.
And he's got an arm right round the ankle.
Now watch. Albert holds him. That's it. Yeah, tackle completed. He should get up there, play the ball.
And I think that's what he was trying to do, and that's why Wellens came in, and that's why Wellens is in the bin.
He's got it right, as Robert Connolly. The emotion on the face of Ian Millwood, who knew perfectly well it was going to be a real tough encounter. There was talk before this game of how many Saints would slot home. Some talk of 50, but that was ridiculous, really.
He's kicked it, has Barry Eaton. That's 2 out of 4. His confidence level will rise, and so will Widnes's. They're just a converted try away, and Paul Wellens is in the sin bin. Saints have to defend for the next 10 minutes with 12 men.
Well, remember, it was Darren Albert that came up with a mistake from the kickoff that allowed the opportunity for Widnes to score the try through frame. But he's paid them back with that wonderful race to get back and stop Hughes from scoring what should have been an easy 6-pointer. Read it so well, didn't he? Well, Hughes, he just plucked it out of the air.
He did indeed. The match is nicely poised. Just a converted try away, Widnes. Let's get Phil's view from the side.
Well, Eddie, I'm not sure that the Widnes players knew exactly really what to think of the first half, but I think they're beginning to enjoy it now. They know that it's nothing really that much different than what they played last season. It's just a game of rugby league, and He's starting to throw it around and the confidence completely growing. David Mills had a good game, although he's just getting crushed to the ground with 3 St Helens guys on top of him. It's great to see the confidence rising now, and there will be a real team to play against this year.
They will indeed. They're starting to maybe believe that they can compete in the Super League. The intensity level is much higher than it was, certainly, last year in the Northern Ford Premiership. They're appealing for offside against the Saints. Widnes after the charge down.
Well, was it a charge down? I think the ball played the man, to be fair.
But I think there was a St Helens man in front. There was. Joint. And then it flicked off the Saints man and went back. Anyway, that's Robert Connolly's call. He's given Saints possession.
There was never any chance of Chris Joint getting that. He's going about 150 mile an hour. He had his mouth open, he would have swallowed it.
20 minutes remaining. St Helens in possession with Sean Long, and he changes the direction brilliantly.
Was that a Shepherd, though? Off the Widnes side, claiming to the official.
Here's Darren Britt. He's back in this second half. Last one.
Well, it's all over him as well, Cantillan. And Britt has gone looking to have a few choice words too.
Good kick. Well claimed by Gleeson. I beg your pardon, by Weston.
Took it well. Looked underneath. Martin went far too high. They can't afford to just relax, St Helens.
Amazing story about Craig Weston. He's back here at Widnes. He did sign for Warrington, then changed his mind and came back here to the Holton Stadium for Widnes's tilt at Super League 7.
Well, if Saints hang on to this win, they will be relieved, I can assure you.
Good kick from Carter under pressure from Sculthorpe.
Skirted on the blind side, got it away.
Wily old campaigner Carter. And I'll tell you what, Steve, this is a different Steve Carter than I saw last week here against Wakefield.
Well, I think it's a different team altogether, isn't it? But they won't be dwelling on the facts. It's been and gone now. And it's been a tough encounter as well. We said at half-time that not many teams had relished coming here. And it really has been a battle royal.
The Saints finished 4th in the table last year. They recorded playoff wins against Leeds and Hull before losing the grand final qualifier to Wigan. And they are seen in many people's books this year as 4th favourites again. Gleeson gets the ball away. Stankovic is thundered to the ground by McClurry. Here's Sculthorpe. Wide it goes to Gleeson again.
It's hot enough. There's a few looking for a get square.
Long is trapped.
Good work from Carter.
That's the last tackle. St Helens lost ground then.
Stone comes over the top. Gets up gingerly. There's Long.
Martin under pressure from Carter gets the kick in.
Takes a percentage. Does Tommy Martin. Let's get out of here. Apply the pressure and hope that Widnes come up with a mistake. Not many opportunities brought about by the eager tackling from Widnes. And of course the conditions out there. Not suited, of course, to three-quarter play.
Well, rugby league fans love their teams to win, of course, but they also love them to be committed, and there are 9,000 or thereabouts inside here tonight. The majority of them will be from Widnes, and they are seeing a very committed side that will have a right go in Super League this year, particularly on their own ground.
And worthy praise indeed.
Eaton on his back, gets to his feet. Cantillon, Carter, here's McCurry.
Maybe it's time for Cantillon to start scurrying a little bit more from the dummy half position.
Well, that's what he does so well.
Hasn't done much of that in the second half, that's a problem.
Troy Stone was almost away. Yonkers and Darren Britt seeing to it that he didn't get too far. Cantillon again off the ground to Carter. Here now is Weston, and he's found Frame, and Frame has got support. Cantillon inside, it goes to Rel. The ball rolled back. It's going to be 6 to go. It's a try.
It'll be the weirdest try that's ever been scored in Super League.
Have a look at that, John.
And I think Robert Connolly has done it right.
I think it's Robert Relf. I'm not sure.
I don't know the job so soon. I think we played the advantage.
Well, that was comedy capers.
The ground ball was all right.
The grounding's all right, he says, so he's happy with that.
Back on the inside. It went backwards.
Then it was touched by a St. Helens hand.
Then it went backwards. Then it bounced up again.
Sculthorpe tackled the man without the ball. And Relf. It is Relf.
It is Relf. Well, it doesn't matter how you score them. They got it away. Cantillon did ever so well there, and that's the ball going backwards. Carter overruns it. Sculthorpe takes out the man without the football. It was Barry Eaton, and Relf comes up with Widnes try number 2.
They're going to level the scores here. He's not given it yet, mind, the video referee. But the crowd have given it to Widnes. They're all on their feet on the far side.
Oh, this is TRY. Now, if Relf had not scored the try, it would have been an even difficult one for the video referee, because watch here how Sculthorpe takes out the player there.
I wonder if they're looking for whether Relf is onside as he gets up off the deck here. Was he in front of the ball?
Well, I think he might be as it's kicked. But then do we look at the equation, right, that it's a penalty try anyway?
No, he's offside.
Well, he's offside, yes, but then we go to the equation. Watch Sculthorpe. It's Barry Eaton. Is it? Yes, I think it's Eaton. Now, to me, that's a penalty try. He's forced away from gaining any advantage. I'm going to go for penalty TRY.
Well, I'm not so sure. It might be a try.
Well, I am. I'll put the house on it, surely.
They're all waiting here. Watch the decision. They're all on their feet over there, the Widnes fans and the coach. They've got it.
Now we find out whether it is a penalty try, and I think it is, because on the replay it looked as though Relf was in an offside position, so I think they've been given the 4-pointer on the major factor that Paul Sculthorpe has taken out the halfback.
Well, I'll tell you now, I've checked with the video referee. It is not a penalty try. It's a try for Robert Relf.
Well, it looked as though he was offside.
He did. He was about 1.5 yards.
So how on earth the video ref can...
Well, the kicker ran him onside.
Okay.
The kicker ran him onside.
Well, he barely got to the foot of the post.
Barry Eaton is bang in front, and this to level it. Widnes' night is turning into a dream. 14-all. Relf's try, Eaton's conversion. They're level pegging here.
Well, Widnes won't mind how the 4 points have been given. And wipe that smirk off your face, Eduardo. We're in for a real finish here.
We are 14-all. What an opening night. And here goes Troy Stone. Oh, they're just trying. I thought he dropped it. I thought he dropped it, and he's looking himself.
Surely it bounced back up.
Well, Relf,
well,
he obviously is dipped in gold at the moment. This is Daniel Frame.
Well, this is becoming farcical at certain points in this game. And now then will the composure of St. Helens bring them back in and snatch the victory. But what a dream start it would be. Even if they could just hang on.
Well, and of course is in the bin, remember.
They were down to 12 men, took full advantage of it.
But I'll tell you something, Steve, I remember when Wakefield were promoted. St. Helens were beaten by Wakefield that year.
At Barnsley.
Indeed, by the narrowest of margin, a drop goal. 1 point, it was 23-22, I think.
And St. Helens were unbeaten
at
that point.
So they are hoping history doesn't repeat itself. But the Vikings, Wellens is back. He's come back, so 13 aside, but Widnes took full advantage of the extra man.
Well,
Cunningham's the dummy half.
It could be a costly sin binning.
Now St Helens have got to dig deep.
They certainly have, but it's a composure they've got to keep. Remember, there was a period in the second half where they were being sucked into a real big arm wrestle. And it was playing into the arms of the Vikings.
They've lost a lot of ground there, Widnes, because Percival and Weston sort of left it to each other. In the end, it was Weston who took control of the situation.
Important that Saints don't give away a silly penalty. They've got to try to pin them down.
Well, look at the breaks that Widnes have made. 12 to St Helens 7. You know, we said on Wednesday, and we talked about it yesterday in our pre-match build-up at the JJB Stadium, but this would be the most competitive Super League that we have ever seen. On the evidence of the two matches we've seen so far in Super League 7, I'd like to point out to the doubters that maybe we have it right.
Well, it was always going to be running on emotion, wasn't it, the Vikings? And, oh, that's a big hit from Sculthorpe.
And a big mistake. This is Stankovic. I think it was Daniel Frame who felt the full weight of that. It was. And this now is Darren Britt. And St Helens are looking to just turn the screw. Long.
Will they opt for the 1 point? I've been thinking about it.
Well, they're lined up. Sculthorpe is right behind here. It's back with Sculthorpe. 1-pointer. He's missed it. He's missed it, all right.
They put him under a lot of pressure.
Robert Connolly had a long, hard look. But he did. He missed it. Just by an inch. But he missed it nonetheless.
Well, that's the sort of respect that they're offering Widnes at this point in time.
I wonder what Ian Millwood's thinking. Remember his comment that Widnes last week were awful. He won't be saying that tonight. He knew, to be fair to him, that Widnes would come out scrapping at the start of Super League. And that's exactly what they've done. And they're scrapping their way themselves here to a possible glorious start to their Super League life.
Well, I think it was a smart move by the Widnes coach, Neil Kelly, to make a big issue about it. Normally you'd just say, OK, well, that's, you know, a coach has his opinion. But full credit to Neil Kelly. He was telling his players all week.
Well, on Wednesday night he sort of said, well, I'll reserve judgment on what Ian Millwood has said, but we've got one or two things up our sleeve.
I'm sure that he would have been telling his charges a lot of things about it. Say, come on, not only a golden opportunity to show the rest of the world in Super League that we're here and back with a bang.
It's a fantastic start for them. It has been a breathtaking weekend, and there are 4 more games to come tomorrow. If we've whetted your appetite, and I'm sure we have, get out and support your local club tomorrow. 4 games.
Nice step from Gleeson there, but yet again this Widnes sweeping defence. They're scrambling back.
3 tackles gone this set of 6. Darren Britt gets to his feet, plays the ball to Cunningham. He finds Long, and he finds Martin, and the space over on the far side for Anthony Stewart. He's hacked it. Well, he's hacked it far too deep. He was under pressure. I think he knew he was on his way over the sideline with the tacklers closing down on him.
What an option, but look at this sliding defence here. Charge of the Light Brigade coming across, not just one, the full back. There was 4 there.
Let's get back down to Phil Clark on the sideline. What an opening night, Phil.
Yeah, there's visibly a belief now within the Widnes team, and in fact you can hear it from the Widnes crowd. They think they've really got a chance here now, but the danger for them, they're playing against perhaps the best side in Super League when it comes to a close game, when you get inside the last 10 minutes. They really, really do now. This is a major, major test for them.
Major test it is. When they beat Swinton easily, they were talking in this town of a top 6 finish this year. Then they lost to Wakefield last week, and suddenly the fear and the prospect of relegation came into view. After this tonight, they'll be talking titles.
Well, there was talk of perhaps a lack of fitness from Wigan last night. And I think a lot of people thought, including myself, that maybe Widnes would just drop off in the latter stages. But they certainly have done that. You've got to take a lot of pride in the fact that they've worked hard in the off-season.
They've had 6 months, Steve-O, to prepare for this night.
Well, they've done it well.
Here's Mickey Hyam. Gets Gets the ball away to Sean Hoppy.
Surely that was a Shepherd as well.
Play on. Widnes may be waiting for a whistle for an illegal play the ball. Darren Britt grounded on halfway.
That would have been a little bit pedantic from the referee to give a penalty for that. He just missed it with his foot on the first occasion.
Long. That was touched by Carter, was it?
Doesn't matter, they'll play the first. Oh, surely they're going to play the first knock on.
No, it's back to 0. I think it was Carter who got the hand to it. I think Carter got the hand to it there, and that's why St Helens have got 6 more. Yonkers to Long. This is Darren Britt. He offloads to Wellens. St Helens now trying to keep this ball alive.
There's plenty talk about that particular incident, especially if Saints go in for a vital try.
Cunningham. Here's Sculthorpe. A vital slip at the wrong moment. McCurry was all over him. Cunningham will go down the short side. And there, once again, is Martin Gleeson. Now then, Sculthorpe attacking the line. And Richardson and Troy Stone bring him down. Hyam. Long with the drop goal. He's missed it.
It's gone on the outside.
It shaved the post. Just a flick off the post.
Well, he's trying to look cool, isn't he, in Millwall? Because he knows how important that 1 point would have been, and it's gone the wrong side after hitting the woodwork. Second attempt from Long. Failed on both occasions. The gods maybe are shining upon the Vikings.
Well, they've just got 5.5 minutes between themselves and their first Super League point of the year. They're running high on adrenaline now, the Vikings. This is Richardson. Listen to this crowd. Roaring the Vikings on. They're very much back in the big time. Remember when they won the World Club Championship in '89, they had a star-studded side. Martin Afire, Alan Tate, Jonathan Davis, John Devereux, Paul Moriarty. They've all been here. They have come back from the brink. There's no household names out there yet. Maybe Spruce and McCurry. But boy, we'll start to know about them as this year continues. If they continue like this. St Helens looking in the shape of Dwayne West to get that ball up the other end of the field. This is Mickey Hyam. Scampering little run from Hyam and a good offload as well. Here's West once again. Stone was waiting for him with Richardson, the trap snare. The clock ticking down. Sean Long. Martin goes for the 40-20. He's gone for the 40-20. Now then, has he got it? The touch judge says no, it's just the wrong side of the line. The referee will have to have a word. He's on the line.
A big call. Now then, will the referee overrule and go to the screen? He's pretty confident.
40-20 it is. He can't go for the screen for where it went out.
Right, yeah.
Only where it was kicked.
That's right.
And the touch judge actually was about 25 metres away from that.
Well, he's been given it. No doubt about where he kicked it from. Oh,
yes, it is.
Yeah, it does. Only inches. So important, this new rule that they've brought in. And Tommy Martin has turned into an absolute master of it.
First 40-20 of Super League 7, and could it be a crucial moment in this match?
You saw Richardson, I think it is, gone down to ground. Lost the boot. Just gives his side a little bit more time, perhaps.
Yes, we just settle the marbles down.
Yep. It's amazing how a boot can just fall off at vital moments. But surely Saints will just drive towards the sticks. Okay, they've missed on 2 occasions. Third time lucky.
Maybe so. Interesting that this 40-20, the touch judge was about 6 inches this side of the line. By the time Robert Conley got to him, he was stood on the line. He got it right, to be fair to him.
You're saying he's behind play?
No, be one of those behind play, there's no doubt about
Well,
that. Cunningham's coming off.
If he could beat the ball, he'd be playing, not carrying a flag.
Cunningham's leaving the field. Ian Millwood looks a little concerned. Well, he might. It's been a real test.
Well, it would be a bitter blow for the effort that Widnes have thrown tonight, and if Saints do get away with a straight and the field goal, the heads would go down.
That was an interesting call from Robert Connolly. He wasn't happy with the way Troy Stone had reached that ball back. And he must have said, we do it in Australia. He said, well, you can't in England. This Chris Joint. Well, a big test of Widnes' nerve and resolve here. Sculthorpe driving it in.
They're going towards the sticks. Who's hanging back?
Daniel Frame, a terrific tackle. Back it comes to Tommy Martin. He's kicked it this time. He's kicked it this time. They're all saying it was touched in flight. It does not matter. It does not matter anymore. And that was a sigh of relief.
It can hit 8 heads and go over these days. The rule was changed, and Tommy Martin's 40-20, followed by the drop goal. Sculthorpe tried and missed. Long tried and missed. And Tommy Martin said, we've got away with it, boys. Still time to go. Don't leave your seats. They won't throw this in. It's a short one. They've gone for possession and they're going to get it. No, they're not.
Long has it. They were all over the top of Sculthorpe. They palmed it back, and Long was the first to react. Here's Sculthorpe again. I don't think there'll be anything fancy from St Helens now.
And there'll be some very slow play the balls.
This is Cunningham.
There'll be tired legs all of a sudden. Being like cement. The clock will be ticking away.
And Long's playing with them, which is dangerous.
Another 4 seconds eaten up just by the fact that he was prancing around on the spot.
Here's Hyam.
That's good thinking as well. Don't risk the pass and perhaps give them the opportunity to lose possession. There's the leaden legs again.
Sculthorpe charge down. Carter! Oh! Carter fumbled it.
He knew that he had to go for it. He had to make a decision. He charged it down, it's play on. Do I kick it? Will it bounce for me? And it did. All the years of experience this man's played in Australia. He could have become the hero, and oh, so unlucky.
Ah, well. A match of ifs and buts and maybes for Widnes. What a fairy tale that would have been. We're inside the last 15 seconds of a memorable night in Widnes. St Helens have won it now. There's no doubt about that. This match is over. There is the full-time siren. St Helens have got out of jail. Chris Joint and the boys know Steve Carter had the opportunity to win it at the death, but just couldn't claim the greasy ball. But what a fantastic night. What a breathtaking weekend. Such an evening, such a weekend, and here is the hero of the hour, Neil Kelly, the Widnes coach, with Bill.
Neil, what a response to the criticism you had going into this game. You could not have asked for more from your side.
Well, no, you can't. We always knew there's a good side in there waiting to come out. You know, it's a bit hard to accept that we're not going to get anything out of the game. But what we have shown is that Widnes are going to be no easy beats, and I think we've a lot to offer this season.
Even to the last seconds when Steve Carter just fumbled that ball, you were right hanging in there.
Well, people keep telling it's a game of inches, and that's how it is, you know. But I feel sorry for my boys tonight. They've put a lot of effort in, and they're going to get no reward from it. But the test of character comes this week and bouncing back for next week.
But this noise must be music to your ears.
Well, they're a knowledgeable bunch of people, and they see when people give 100%, and I think they've seen that this evening.
Thanks, Neil.
Yes, well said, Neil Kelly. What an effort from him Tommy Martin's drop goal has won it. His last was at Twickenham in the Challenge Cup final against the Bulls. Tonight he has won 2 priceless Super League points for St Helens. It was a fantastic effort from Widnes. 15-14. Widnes have some consolation. Steve Carter's been named the man of the match by Phil Clark and Steve-O. And here is the man of the match with Bill.
Steve, congratulations on a man of the match performance, but it must be heartbreaking to lose by just a point.
May swap that for 2 points any day, yeah. Disappointing. I think we were the better side on the day. We can learn from that. We all come together, new bunch of blokes, so we've got good things to look forward to.
What a transformation from the performance you put in last time out.
Yeah, good lesson. We're not the type of side who can go in half-hearted. We're a bunch of goers, and we've got to come out with 100% every week, otherwise we get our ass kicked like last week. So, mate, we've got to turn up and ready to play every week, and we did this week, and we can't ask for any more than the effort tonight.
You certainly let the rest of Super League know that you mean business this season anyway.
Oh yeah, mate, when they turn up here, we're ready to play, and as I said, we learnt that from last week, and it's probably an early lesson in the early part of the season, but it was good for us tonight because we've got something to build on now.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thanks, bud.
Well, Phil Clark joins me now, and really, that was one heck of a game, and what a performance from Widnes.
A real heartbreaker, isn't it, for these fans, but it's been a fantastic night here. When they come to terms with the disappointment of losing, they'll realise the team are back in with the big time, and you know, I think they'll do very well this year. Another encouraging factor too, both coaches tonight have won Coach of the Year in the lower division in the NFP, and what encouragement it is for coaches now working in that they can see a pathway possible for them to come up and do so well in Super League and entertain us with an absolutely marvellous match.
Well, this is a real transformation of the Widnes side, because Phil and I saw them last time out last weekend in the Cup, and they really didn't do themselves justice. You cannot accuse them of that tonight.
No, I mean, every team would say every now and again you have a one-off, it's a bad day. Wigan had it perhaps in the grand final, and Widnes did last week, but I think they've done themselves justice tonight, and they've shown really that maybe there's a chance they are possible contenders for that top 6 spot.
Well, even though Widnes have lost, the Vikings fans are leaving here in good heart. They certainly do mean business this season. Back to you, Eddie.
Yeah, fantastic effort from Widnes, but sorry, the end of the day, it's St Helens night. They've won by 15 points to 14. Widnes have got their Super League campaign off to a losing start, but boy, there was some things there for Neil Kelly and all the supporters here to build on and think about in the week ahead. A fabulous night, Steve-O. I mean, it's been a long time coming for these people. They're going to enjoy every minute of it this summer.
Yeah, they certainly have. We said at half-time, didn't we, that they'd laid down the gauntlet for the others to come. I really thought that they should have come away with at least a draw, but Tommy Martin, he keeps doing it time and time again, doesn't he? The 40-20, right from the scrum, they take it the right option, they go towards the sticks, he comes up with a 1 point. It could have been all so different, couldn't it? They went close, did Widnes, but top teams have this habit of just pulling it out. This is the drop goal, and it was a beauty as well. Absolutely well executed. And then the glory time. Sculthorpe must have had his heart in his mouth. He did everything right, Dick Carter. Whether he would have had the speed if he'd have picked up that ball, because I can assure you there were 13 Saints turning around, herring back for it. But what a finish to a great game. And I think it would have been justice, perhaps, if Carter would have just made it over the line. Wasn't to be, but it's amazing, Eddie. The top sides just seem to know how to come back and just pinch it, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They just have that little bit of extra, and this is all new territory to Widnes, let's be fair. You know, they haven't been at this level for 6 years, but they gave a fantastic account of themselves, a committed performance, a brave performance. 9,000 in here tonight. They'll be back in droves, won't they?
Well, I hope so. They deserve to. They deserve to get a good following here, and let's face it, they committed themselves. They really dug deep. They tried everything there, and it's a long time since any team has gone so close to a St Helens side and yet had more clean breaks. A long, long time before that has occurred. It's usually St Helens that are the ones that get through and make so many opportunities. But I must say the fitness level that Widnes showed tonight was superb. They have been taking nearly 6 months preparing for this, and it certainly showed. As I said, it's a pity that they didn't come away with at least a draw, because they fully deserved it.
They did, but what a start they've given us to Super League 7, both tonight and last night, when we saw the Bradford Bulls beat the Wigan Warriors. We will reflect it all on Wednesday night at 7. Rugby League World is on Sky Sports 3 this week, Wednesday at 7.
And then next weekend, weekend 2 of Super League 7, Hull against Leeds. That'll be a battle royal at the Boulevard. Friday 7:30, Sky Sports 1. And this time next week, we'll be in the capital, rounding up London against Wigan. And what a match that is now for the Wigan Warriors. We're back. Bang with a bang. Bye-bye. Scunthorpe with the dab through. Long is there. First try. Cantle on the dummy half. Gets it away. Frey. Frey doesn't get in. It's Cunningham's ground. He's given it to Martin. Tommy Martin scores. Inside it goes to Rel. The ball rolls back. It's going to be 6 to go. It's a try. It comes to Tommy Martin. He's in it this time.
Sky Sports coverage of the Super League is sponsored by Stan James, your best bet for all the action.
Oi! Get on with it! Powerade with Liquidate system.
The higher you build your barriers,
Move it down towards the end of the bed, okay?
the taller I become.
Control your breathing, okay? You're doing it.
The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone.
When the world is weighing on you, look around. Because I'll be standing beside you. I know what's inside you.
Yes. Okay, very good. Do it.
Oh, something inside so strong.
Fill him up, please, love.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
Fill up properly in the morning. Grab a McDonald's bacon and egg, but muffin meal for just $1.99.
I'm no spring chicken, but Solpadeine lets me forget that, because after the game, it helps me to get rid of my aches and pains.
Splitting headache on your birthday? Forget it. That's exactly what it helped me do.
Which could explain why 90% of Solpadeine users stay with it and swear by it.
Solpadeine. Believe me, it makes a difference.
0800 100 900. 0800 100 0800 100 900. 0800 100 900. 0800 100 900. 0800 100 900. 0800 100 900.
If you're looking for a change in job direction, call Learn Direct and we'll discuss all your career options with you.
900, 800, 100, 900.
Receive a free Boots Colour 24 exposure film when you use the Boots 1R film processing service. Now available at larger Boots stores.
With all their insurance claims, bad drivers are bumping up your premiums. At eSure, we get them off your back. By only taking good drivers, we keep premiums low. So with us, you could save up to 30%. Just call 0845 045 4000 or visit esure.com.
I can't believe I only paid £400 for this holiday. What about you?
Don't go anywhere until you've been to Teletext Holidays on ITV1 page 200, the web and interactive on your Sky remote.
Coming up tomorrow afternoon, Derby against Manchester United. Premiership football, live and interactive, only on Sky Digital. This is Sky Sports 1, live.
Live on Saturday Fight Night, one of our top light heavyweights hopes to burst onto the international scene. The Commonwealth light heavyweight champion's been trading on speed and work rate, racking up 4